There's less than a week until Revenant, and I finally figure out what season weapons are actually worth it, so let's just speed through them. Episodeechoes gave us 10 legendary weapons, those being Faithkeeper, a void precision frame rocket, Omen, a stasis caster frame sword, Lost Signal, a stasis area denial frame special grenade launcher, Sightline Survey, a arc precision frame hand cannon, Timeworn Wayfarer, a solar aggressive frame scout rifle, Veiled Threat, a stasis rapid fire auto rifle, Aberrant Action, a solar rocket sidearm, Corrasion, a arc heavy burst pulse rifle, Chronophage, a void trace rifle, and Speleologist, a solar rapid fire machine gun. And here's a tier list for all of them. So let's go speed through them in the order that I just named them all, and I'll try to give a bit more explanation to the higher pegs. So, Faithkeeper is a precision frame rocket, which is sort of a negative, sort of isn't now, since they buff precisions to be good for longer damage phases. The problem is that despite being the newest precision frame rocket, it lacks the perks needed to make it a good weapon. In the third column it has Strategist, Danger Zone, Field Prep, Impulse Amplifier, Clown Cartridge, Repulsor Brace, and Auto-Loading Holster. Then in the fourth column it has Demolitionist, Frenzy, Destabilizing Rounds, Reverberation, Lasting Impression, Explosive Light, and Bipod. If you want to use it for DPS, throw in Field Prep or Auto-Loading in the third column, and Explosive, Lasting Impression, or Bipod in the fourth column. Preferably Explosive or Bipod. If you want it for Adequate, as that's what the perks in the Origin trait definitely want you to do, get Field Prep and then Destabilizing or Reverberation. But really, I wouldn't be using a rocket for Adequate, as you can just get a machine gun or waveframe grenade launcher, as those would be much better. Next up, Omen, the caster frame stasis sword. In the third column it has Valiant Charge, Strategist, Attrition Orbs, Duelist Trance, Unrelenting, Tireless Blade, and Relentless Strikes. In the fourth column it has Assassin's Blade, One for All, On Guard, Vorpal Weapon, Surrounded, Moment Blade, and Cold Steel. Since basically every other perk in the sword has been ripped straight out of Arrivals, use Tireless Blade or Relentless Strikes and Cold Steel based on whether you want it for Adequate or not. As it's a caster frame, it's not really all that good. This one is at least interesting though by being stasis, as there isn't really that many stasis swords in the game. Next, Lost Signal, a stasis area denial grenade launcher. The area denial frames are basically Witherhoard. Whenever you shoot, it'll spew out a bunch of damage pools that will just cover the area. And that's about all it does. In the third column it has Strategist, Stats for All, Quick Draw, Threat Detector, Lead from Gold, Feeding Frenzy, and Auto-Loading Holster. Then in the fourth column it has Wellspring, High Ground, Unrelenting, One for All, Vorpal Weapon, Reverberation, and Demolitionist. This is the first weapon that's actually good, and that is because it is a legendary Witherhoard and can be used for both damage and Adclair. For damage use, put on Auto-Loading in Vorpal or High Ground. The reason I say High Ground is because there are a lot of situations where you can damage whilst above the boss, which grants you a 25% bonus instead of the usual 15% from Vorpal. And honestly, I would just use this roll overall, as it basically will suit every need you'll ever need it for. However, if you want a pure Adclair one, use Lead from Gold or Stats for All with One for All or Reverberation. I would again just use the damage roll though, as it being something you can use to basically anything is why it's good. The only real issue with this weapon is that it's stasis, so it's harder to search measure. Next, Sightline Survey, a arc precision frame hand cannon. It is a decent weapon in both PvE and PvP, but probably the most boring weapon in the collection. In the third column it has Strategist, To the Pain, Enlightened Action, Air Trigger, Fragile Focus, Triple Tap, and Keep Away. In the fourth column it has Eye of the Storm, Desperate Measures, Encore, Precision Instrument, Opening Shot, Kill Clip, and Ford Shot. So, for PvE, use Keep Away or Enlightened Action or Strategist if you're using a build that warrants your class ability being up 24/7, say Arc or Prismatic Hunter with Gifted Conviction, and combine those with just Ford Shot or Precision Instrument whether you want Jolt or a damage buff. In PvP, there's a couple things. To the Pain will give you aim assist, Keep Away gives you range, reload, and aim assist, Fragile Focus will give you even more range than Keep Away, Air Trigger will give you basically 100% accuracy without even needing to build into AE due to the Precision Hand Cannon AE bonus. So, take your pick out of those and combine it with Kill Clip, Precision Instrument, or Desperate Measures for all 3 tabs. You can also run Opening Shot or Eye of the Storm for even more aim assist, but you kinda need to 3-tap for a 1AE hand cannon to really be even viable at all in the current sandbox. And in PvE, it's another one of those really generic weapons, but it gets saved by the Origin trait which spawns Vex Pulse from rapid kills that activate kill perks like Incandescent. Next we have the aggressive solar scout rifle, Timeworn Wayfarer. In the third column it has strategist, shoot to loot, to the pain, dual loader, keep away, 4 times the charm, and heal clip. In the fourth column it then has snapshot, high ground, eye of the storm, opening shot, precision instrument, incandescent, and desperate measures. In PvP I would use to the pain or keep away or dual loader in the third column. To the pain will give you aim assist, keep away gives more range and reload, dual loader will just be double reload speed, and heal clip is also an option for some extra healing which can work with the aggressive frames reload, as you'll only need to load the first 2 bullets for heal clip to activate. In the fourth column you can try to use precision instrument if you believe you can get a bunch of headshots for 2 taps. However, another option for 2 taps is high ground. As whilst you won't get the ability to 2 tap by just shooting someone from higher ground, you will if you combine it with Radiant, that you can chain using Empyrean. In PvE, this was originally garbage, as was its entire frame, but then they gave them a 30% damage bonus and now they're 120 hand cannons with effectively infinite range, as no room will be longer than 79 meters at minimum. And now they're amazing, honestly, especially in next season when we'll have a reason to use scouts in in-game due to the champion mods. So, perks for this one. You can run shoot to loot so you can pick up ammo and orbs from across the map, dual loader for double reload speed, 4 times the charm is nice but most things will most likely not live long enough for it to proc, and heal clip is good for the healing again. In the fourth column, just run incandescent, as it'll work amazingly with the origin trait on the Echoes weapons, as the pulls will proc incandescent and that mixed with the scorch can allow you to literally trap spawns with just the pulls and scorch taking the enemies down, which is incredibly good. This also applies to Aberrant Action and Speleologist, which makes these frankly some of the best solo weapons in the game. Onto a less great weapon, Veiled Threats is a stasis rapid fire auto rifle. In the third column it has strategist, list change, to the pain, shoot to loot, attrition orbs, fragile focus, and threat detector. In the fourth column it then has gut shot straight, moving target, collective action, surrounded, encore, desperate measures, and headstone. Probably the worst weapon this season, which is disappointing because it has a nice model, and none of the perks really work together, at least in PvE. For PvE you can make it somewhat usable with threat detector or shoot to loot or attrition orbs with headstone or desperate measures. And you can make it usable in PvP with to the pain or fragile focus with encore or desperate measures. But honestly just don't bother as there's so many better stasis weapons and better rapid fire auto rifles. We then have the best weapon of the season being Aberrant Action, a special solar sidearm. It has strategist, pugilist, field prep, beacon rounds, threat detector, ambitious assassin, and heal clip in the third column. And in the fourth column it then has snapshots, harmony, golden tricorn, demolitionist, swashbuckler, reverberation, and incandescent. In the third column just run field prep or heal clip, and in the fourth column just run incandescent. This is one of the best primary frames in the game with the best element, with the best perks, and the best origin trait for its purpose. It is just frankly amazing. So make sure you get this one if you're going to get any of these weapons. Its only negative is that it lacks lead from gold and doesn't progress ammo finders as quick as actual primaries. So you'll end up running out of ammo if you aren't utilizing abilities or getting ammo drops. Then we have Corrasion, which is a arc heavy burst pulse rifle. I want to do a video on heavy burst as a whole, but these are the best pulse rifle frames in PvE, and they are getting a DPS buff next season due to a RPM increase. And this one having both the Echoes origin trait, which itself is arc, so will feed into arc buffs, and Vault Shot makes it very good for arc builds. In the third column it has Air Trigger, Perfect Floats, Pugilist, Eddy Current, Enlightened Action, Perpetual Motion, and High Impact Reserves. And in the fourth column it has High Ground, Eye of the Storm, Frenzy, Swashbuckler, Vault Shot, One for All, and Focused Fury. In PvP use Perpetual Motion, Perfect Float, or Air Trigger with Eye of the Storm or High Ground, as it's not really a PvP gun. For PvE though, use Pugilist, Enlightened Action, Perpetual Motion with Frenzy or Vault Shot. Next, Chronophage, a Void Trace Rifle. In the third column it has Strategist, Elemental Capacitor, Shoot to Loot, Pugilist, Auto-Loading Holster, Feeding Frenzy, and Repulsor Brace. In the fourth column it then has One for All, High Ground, Fragile Focus, Target Lock, Demolitionist, Desperate Measures, and Destabilizing Rounds. Don't really think there's a reason to use this thing like the auto rifle. Perk-wise it's solid, but trace rifles aren't really good right now. If you do use it in PvE, use Shooterly or Pugilist or Repulsor Brace with destabilizing rounds or 1 for all. And in PvP, use Elemental Capacitor with High Ground. High Ground makes this have a 0.67 times kill at 10 resolve and 8.6 at any other resolve, becoming 8.6 at tier 9 resolve and 8.53 at tier 8 and below with Radiant active. And that's all to really say about it. It's not really that good. Unlike Chronophage, Speleologist is our final weapon, and I would say it's probably the best machine gun in the game. In the third column it has Heal Clip, Enlightened Action, Stats for All, Deconstruct, Firmly Planted, Slideways, and Envious Assassin. In the fourth column it then has Strategist, Adagio, One for All, Target Lock, Surrounded, Incandescent, and Killing Tally. Of course, in the fourth column use Incandescent. Especially with the machine gun, you can clear entire rooms with this thing instantly. Ignitions will happen in literal seconds. I promise it's that good with the Origin trait. In the third column there's a couple options. Envious Assassin will shove most of your reserves into the magazine, Enlightened Action will pretty quickly bring you up to max reload and handling speed. Heal Clip is nice as usual, but you'll need to be reloading often for it to be good, and this is a machine gun. Stats for All is the best option though, as hitting 3 people with the machine gun will give you max reload speed, high handling speed, some stability and range on top of a reload scaler, effectively just being a better Enlightened Action in every way. Which sort of makes me question whether you even put Enlightened Action on this thing at all, but those are your options. And those are all of the Episode Echoes weapons. So if you wanted to know which weapons you should focus on in this last week before Revenant, I would go for all 3 solo weapons being Timeworn Wayfarer, Aberrant Action, and Speleologist, alongside getting Corrasion. Then if you have time for anything else, get Lost Signal and then maybe the hand cannon. Otherwise it's not really worth getting anything else outside of collection reasons. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Revenant looks exciting, so hopefully there'll be actually more to cover next season, although if Final Shape didn't have much to cover, I don't really know what I'm going to be doing. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, sub, and the usual stuff, and adios.